everyone, it's Trish here, your Millennial Morena. So today, I am going to be joined by one of the women that really inspires me to you know, keep pushing and to keep striving. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the woman of the hour, Ayn Bernos!
Hello!
The founder of Morena the label herself.
Oh, such a big word.
Oh my gosh. By the way, guys, we are in her room.
Yeah, this is
where
her
everything
room.
happens, and it's super pink and white, and it's beautiful.
Thank you.
And she's beautiful.
Stop! Thank you.
Please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Ayn Bernos. I am. Oh my god, that's the hardest part. Like, what do I do?
What do you do now?
I hate that question. It's so hard. I'm a vlogger, so I have a YouTube channel. That's just my name, Ayn Bernos. And then I have Morena the label, which is a clothing line that celebrates sun-kissed skin, morena skin, brown girl magic, all that jazz.
Oh my gosh, dude, I love that we're both wearing white.
I know,
Tapos yung
like,
skin natin, it's like,
you know,
glowing and popping.
You know why the shirts are white? It's because I grew up being told to avoid white because it would emphasize my skin color. So now I have like, I sell white shirts for Morena girls because you know what? You should emphasize that skin color.
Because you are beautiful.
Exactly.
Okay.
So there's that. And then I have a podcast called Camp Confidence, which actually I just invited Trish to, and we just finished recording it in my closet. So
humble beginnings, yeah.
Humble beginnings. We're all a work in progress.
Yeah.
So but I hope you guys listen to it.
I'm gonna be linking it.
I think it's a really good episode.
I think so too.
Yeah, we
you guys
talk
will
about
learn a lot
about Millennial Morena and life as a millennial
and
the
Morena.
So, yeah.
Grabe pangalan. Okay, so what do you why did you start Morena the label?
I started Morena the label. Well, I've always had the idea in my head because I wanted something to wear. So I wanted to create something for myself.
Okay.
So I'm really the target market of my own shop. So I feel like, okay, if people wanna have the merch, then they're free to purchase it, but really I made it for myself.
It's for myself.
Yeah, so I can wear something that, you know, can tell people, okay, I'm proud. But then I never actually started it until I needed money.
Okay.
I always thought it's not the right time. I'm still working, you know, I work a desk job. I don't have time to create a shop. So I just postponed it until finally I got the job in Spain, and I thought, okay, I need money to move to Spain. So then I was like, okay, I have to launch now or I'm never gonna do it. So that's how I started.
Wow.
Out of necessity, really.
So grabe no, when you find yourself in a season that you really have to do something, like you have no other choice, and the thing that you're gonna do is what you want to do.
Exactly.
It's like a blessing, man.
It is a blessing because it really forced me to do something that I would have kept delaying. Yeah. And I think now that I had that experience,
show your shirt.
Oh, that melanin though. You know, Kiana Valenciano wore it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god, I was so happy. Yeah. So I was so.
And even Risa got the shirt from you.
I know. Oh, she's so nice. It was. I don't know. Like that was her first.
She got
interaction.
she got
two and a cap. Like.
She introduced your brand to me.
Really? Oh my god.
We had a shoot for her book, and then she was wearing the Proud Morena shirt.
She's so nice.
And she was like, you know what, Trish? You should message this girl because you guys have the same book as you. I was like,
I know.
Yeah.
Girl boss.
Yeah, I know.
I was honestly validated when she ordered. Because I mean, I'm a big fan.
You're making sense pala.
Yeah, I know. If somebody like her can resonate with the brand, then I feel like, okay,
I'm doing something
right. So yeah, so after Spain, that's when it started growing and people started.
Funny, you know, when you left, dun pa naging big. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess that's when I kind of found the mentality na you shouldn't wait for something to happen to force you to go after what you want. Because I mean, I was just lucky that I had that break, because otherwise I never would have done it. But then while I was there away, the business was growing, and I realized the potential, and I realized that I really wanted to work on it full time, which is why I decided to come home after 9 months. I was there teaching English, but I was like, okay, time to go home, and I did.
And do some business.
Yeah. So actually, today the equipment are coming in.
Yeah,
so
she's gonna be having her own production, and her team is herself.
I'm myself. I'm the team. I am.
Galing. Good job.
Marketing manager.
Brand manager.
Logistics, shipping, influencer.
Packing. Wow!
Influencer. Ako na din. Like,
model.
Yeah. Uy, in fairness, I got some of my Morena friends. Uy, you should model for the next one.
I think I should.
I'm so excited. No, but really, I'm really excited because now I'm home and I'm here 100%, you know, focused on the business, so I can finally have creative control over what I want to happen. So yeah, plus I'm, you know, connecting with more Morena advocates, somebody here. And then well, we're gonna find a few more, so just exciting time.
And we're gonna plan something.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Yeah, it will happen.
Yeah, okay.
We make things happen.
Talk about Camp Confidence.
Okay, so Camp Confidence was the podcast that we just recently finished recording, and basically it's a podcast that we talk about self-love, success, and adulthood in a very work in progress kind of way. It's
a raw and unedited version of it.
Exactly, because a lot of people think when you look at your icons, the people you look up to, you know, girl bosses, everyone thinks, you know, they're successful or they got ahead in life, or it's because they had a lucky break. But actually, every part of the process is actually, you know, something that needs work, and you're not always 100% confident, but we're always trying to get to that point. So what I want to do is to bring in inspiring people like some people here. So I want to bring in inspiring people who are working on themselves and who are open to, you know, telling their story. So we have a lot of podcasts, especially based abroad, who talk about career and inspirational stuff like that. But we don't really have something here in the Philippines where we feature Filipinos who are, you know,
working hard
here in the city. Because I feel like in the Philippines, the hustle is different. It's different to be in this country. I mean, if you're in the States, the situation is different, the culture is different. Here, I don't know, I feel like in the Philippines, we have a special brand of hustle.
Like we know how to hustle, but at the same time there's still fun to it.
There is, and the creativity and the level of talent, I don't know, especially after being in Spain. I mean, I love Spain, but it's so laid back. Madrid, I lived in Madrid, and it's different. Filipinos are different when it comes to creating their projects and being so resilient. That's something that I really appreciate about the Filipinos that I get to work at, and the culture here. It's like, I mean, hello, we spend 2 to 3 to 4 hours in traffic and we get things done. That's not something that, you know, I mean, you
can take for granted.
Yeah, it's really, it's different. Like the levels of privilege, yung mga ganon. It's really different, and I want to bring those stories to light with Camp Confidence. Also because I want younger girls and the youth to have access to their, you know, big sisters, their big brothers, their ates, the people they look up to in a more authentic way. Because I mean, I would stalk my girl idols, my life goals. I would stalk them on Instagram, and all I see is their Instagram feed. All I see are the highlight reels.
Not how they got there.
Yeah, how did you get there? I want to know. So since nobody's telling me, I'm just gonna interview them myself. So hopefully with the pop truffle, my dog keeps barking. Yeah. But hopefully with the podcast and we bridge that gap, and hopefully we can tell more stories and people get to know more about these inspiring people. Because so my inspiration really is Girl Boss Radio.
Yeah.
And I learned so much from that podcast. But for the most part, they've been interviewing CEOs, editor-in-chiefs, like really big names that I never would have even, you know, thought of. Yeah. And I've never heard of them before. Exactly. Because these are big names like Bumble. I know of Bumble, but what about the CEO? I've learned of, I know a lot of brands, but not the people behind them. So it's something like that, but very, very Filipino, very
something that we can learn from and apply in our country.
Yeah. And relate to.
Yeah.
Because our experience are very different, and I feel like there's space for these stories to be told. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We also have a community, by the way.
On Facebook.
Yeah, on Facebook. It's facebook.com/group/campconfidence. So it's a support it's a support group, parang accountability group for people who want to pursue their passion projects. Because you know, when you're just starting out, for example, you want to start a YouTube channel, but then who do you ask for support, for views, for feedback, for subscriptions? Like, it's kind of hard to put yourself out there, especially if you don't have a supportive environment, maybe at home. So hopefully with Camp Confidence, we provide that. We want to give people the voice, or at least a platform to speak and to tell their stories, to promote their work. Because sometimes it's hard when you're doing it by yourself and you feel like there's nobody who's gonna support you. So at least there's that. Right now we have 500 members, so if you join and you promote your thing, you'll automatically share your passion project with 500 people. And even though that's not a big number, you know, as like in the social media context, at least those 500 people are engaged and very, you know,
and they're
committed.
helping each other.
That's important, because the internet can be toxic, but we want to create a safe space where you can just pursue what you want and actually
feel supported.
Yeah, it's so important. Yeah. So that's it.
Wow. So that's your day-to-day.
Yeah, it's fun.
Every day.
It's
but
fun.
You know, at the end of the day, she's happy with whatever she's
so happy.
doing. And she's adding value to her listeners, to her subscribers, and it's very exciting to see where this is going to, you know.
Thank you.
I'm excited for you.
Me too. I'm excited for us.
Yeah, I know it. But you know what, okay, so before we, you know, say goodbye.
Yes.
Can you share like an advice to those young women who, like ourselves, are you know, trying to figure it out, or planning to start something that might be still misunderstood? What would you tell them?
I always go back to the quote. It's like my go-to. I always go back to this. It goes like, no one is better than you, and you are better than no one. And for me, that really kind of opened my eyes and made me realize that everyone that I look up to, who are, you know, at the peak of their lives, they all started somewhere, and at one point they were very much like me, which makes me realize, makes me think that I can actually do the things that I want to do. So just knowing that, you know, we're all equal. At the same time, that also helps me feel more empowered when I get into situations where I would otherwise feel intimidated. For example, if I deal with people who are smarter than me, more popular, more beautiful, anything of that sort, I would always go back to telling myself that no one's better than me, really. You know, they're just people, and maybe they're better, you know, they have better skills or whatever, but they're just people at the end of the day. At the same time, it also humbles me, because even though, you know, I'm at the part of my life where I'm growing and I'm happy about where I am, that doesn't mean I'm also better than the ones who are still at the beginning of their progress. So it just gives me that balance to always keep myself grounded, but at the same time, it gives me the push to go after what I want. So it's like this push and pull kind of thing that just propels me forward. So hopefully you can use that and know that whoever you are, wherever you are, We're just the same, and if there's something that you want to do, you can do it and make it happen.
If there's last. If there's one thing that they can do today.
If there's one thing that they can do today
to overcome their fear,
I think to make the first step for that specific goal. So for example, you want to get better at public speaking, sign up for a club. Or if you want to get better at, if you want to start a YouTube channel, then create that account right now. Film after this with your iPhone, with your Samsung phone. Like, it's fine, just make the first step, because I feel like a lot of people have big dreams, but what they fail to do is actually start. And starting is sometimes the hardest part, because you think it's not the right time, I'm not ready. But once you start, that gets the momentum going, and that's important, because you will never be perfect, you will never be ready to launch. You just have to do it and just launch,
and just do it the right way.
So just be authentic,
be true to yourself, and you know, at the end of the day, you are all you have, really.
Exactly.
So just be the best version of yourself
today,
at this moment. Okay, so there, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for joining me too.
By the way, guys, we did the collab on her channel also. The link will
check
be
it out in the description box.
Yep, and her podcast. And what don't you have like an event soon?
Ooh, well, I have one in, I don't know if it'll be out.
Okay. Just check her socials for that. So there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have any questions at all, you can message either her or me, or you know, comment below. And there. So,
see you soon.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.